Open European Societies is a Europe for Citizens project that brings together 8 countries and 11 partners, all committed to supporting migrant and refugee integration, community development, and tackling xenophobia, discrimination, and hate speech.
The first thing is your idea of a safe space. Is it an island? Is it a big continent?
For me, it's a city where there is a huge variety of nationalities, religions, sexual orientations, and genders.
So it's not like
We form a community where everybody helps each other.
It's better to travel, hopefully, than to arrive.
Thinking of the Aegean and the Mediterranean Sea, we imagine blue, sparkling waters under blue skies. The color now has changed. It is black, and the water is no more sparkling because man doomed it, and it charged it with the weight of human being deaths.
The boxes featured the lives of ordinary people who hadn't triggered war, but who lived through it and experienced it. And actually, there was a lot of common ground found between British civilian population and the Germans.
The students who are here today created a piece in response to Helen Aronson's box, made by Alex Schweitzer, and it depicts aspects of Helen's life in Auschwitz and later in London.
Obviously, most people know the story about Auschwitz, but actually to hear it from a survivor is very rare. No one gets a chance to do that. So for us to have the opportunity to see Helen, speak to Helen, was very rewarding for us.
I feel like this project changed me emotionally.
But she thanks us for showing her life. She thanked us.
The archive contains all the documentations that we have, all the shows done from 1985 to 2005.
2 projects specifically stood out to us, and those are the ones I want to talk to you more about today. Those are A Place to Stay from 1984 and Roots, which first premiered in 1992. So Roots was developed from the memories of older Asian people living in southeast London. They were immigrants from India, Pakistan, and South Africa. Similarly, A Place to Stay was inspired by the memories of ethnic minority elders who shared their experience of moving from all across the world to England. So in both these shows, combining different cultures created rich and beautiful performances that connected many people and made them all feel part of a whole instead of separated, marginalized groups.
The memory boxes and then the projects on the website made everything so much more real and evocative and emotional. And you can find the common ground you share with people in shared humanity and emotion and experiences that don't on the surface seem remotely comparable, but the feelings that connect us still are strong.
The idea is working with migrant families to explore issues of belonging, as well as address some exclusionary, nationalistic, and racist and sexist policy, such as non-recourse to public funds. And we campaigning against this policy using forum theatre.
To change policies is a difficult thing, but at least we're working on it. There's a way to go to implement it. It may take a long time, it may be difficult, but at least we're doing something about it.
You've been here for 13 whole years. Yes. What happened to you? Why didn't you sort yourself out?
I've been trying my best. I don't have
struggling. Oh, baby, you're hungry. Oh, I'll buy you McDonald's, baby. I'll buy you strawberry milkshake. I'll get one for you. Oh, have you been? Oh, she's got lovely clothes. You've been shopping with mommy, haven't you?
So, is anything that you think could have been happened differently in any of the scenes, or is any of the scenes you saw that you thought, this is really unfair?
I'm concerned about the budget. You spoke about the budget.
Yeah,
you should not be talking about that when you are doing assessment.
Yeah.
Because that tells me that you've already made your mind up. Okay?
No,
it's not sounding that way. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And you're putting her in a position where she's not able to disclose. So that's why I'm actually here. Because when mothers come unaccompanied, they get into situations where they don't understand the system. So I'm actually here. This is why we're here. We advocate for a lot of women, and that's why we make sure they're not unaccompanied.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. She should have come here last night.
No.
As a matter of fact, she's abusing this baby by letting her sleep
You
rough.
have just made a discriminatory statement, and I need to speak to your manager.
Yeah, because
And also, I'll even add more. You need training.
Now I've grown up, I realise this is just a fairy tale. I'm a black woman in a white man's world, and it's uncomfortable.
What do you see? What do you want in a man? A beard. I've tried. It just doesn't grow. I've got hair, but it's in the wrong places. Do you like a man with a hairy chest? Or a stubble? And should I shave all of this hair off? Be more patriotic, fight for my country. Chinese, Japanese, dirty.
Violence and abuse, it's widespread and it's devastating, and it's an ongoing human rights violation. Women need to know, and they do know, that they want to liberate themselves. Because you can have conferences, you can have seminars, but we need to have action.